All right, everybody, good Monday morning. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation with Angela. I am Angela Calloway, your spiritual barista. And today we're going to be digging a little bit deeper into truth. We're going to carve out a little bit deeper into that. A couple weeks ago, we had a conversation about living your truth and all of that. And we began our discussion around truth. And we're going to continue that discussion today around truth. Again, I want to give a shout out, in my special edition of Coffee and Conversation. Hopefully, you guys had some good laughs at that. I talked about my new mug, and I just want to thank Tisa, and I also want to give a shout out to Mickey Bennett. I need to grab the mug. I'm gonna use it next week, but she also gifted me with a nice mug. So thank you, Tisa Washington. Thank you, Mickey Bennett, for my mugs. Tisa pulls out different things that stood out to her, and she has these beautiful coffee mugs made. So I thank you. So all the coffee mugs that you see, taking the day, live or die, all of those are things that have come up either in our episodes or in kind of our personal coffee and conversations that we have amongst our friends. So I just want to thank you so much for this mug. If this is your first time, wait a minute, because I got to get that sip, right? Before it get cold. If this is your first time with us today, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, family. A lot of most everybody on here again, I kind of know. So if I don't know you, let me get to know you. Send me an email. Put a comment below. I believe that we all learn from each other. Our goal is to live a happier, healthier life. And I share with you the things that I feel spirit led to share, the things that stand out in my life that help me grow and push forward in having a life that I love and a life that I cherish and a life that I enjoy. Don't we all know somebody or several people that it appears they have the dream? They got the house, they got the car, they got the money, they got everything, and they are completely miserable because happiness doesn't happen outside of you. Happiness happens within you, and you have to become happy within first in order to experience it without. So we want to make sure that we're doing the work that leads us there. So jumping into today's discussion, we're gonna be carving out a part of truth, and this is a heartfelt lesson. So I'm gonna be listening very intently to make sure that I am conveying everything that I want to convey to you in this particular message around truth. So I want to start with a question. And my question right now for you is it true? Is it true for you? Is it true what they said about you? Is it true how they describe you? Is it true for your life? If it's not, stop living it. Stop living a lie. Now, because we have to remember that be it unto you according to your belief. And here is how I want you to understand what I'm saying. Recently, I was going into a new environment, and I was going to be around some people that I had never been around before. And I became aware of my thoughts. You got to be aware, number one, be mindful. I became aware, got to come to yourself, low the bar. See, preacher always. I came to myself, I became aware of what I was thinking, and I realized before I got ready to go into this new situation with people that I'd never met before that I was girding myself up and preparing for how I needed to behave. Well, I'm not going to make sure I don't say too much. And those of you that are around me will often hear me say, I have a caveat with my friends. Stop bringing new people around if you know I'm going to be around. I even say that to them. Like, y'all need to give me heads up when y'all bringing people that don't know me. Or if you know I'm coming, it needs to be people that already know me. So because I was going in a new environment and I was going to be meeting mostly new people, I literally was thinking about how to package my personality so that it would be more palatable to others. And I said, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, Angela? Why are you trying to package yourself? What is that? Where did you get this idea that you wouldn't be liked and accepted for yourself as you are? Where did you get this idea that when people meet you for the first time, they are offended by your personality, or that there's some part of your personality that is hard to adjust to, or that just because you are vocal, flamboyant, and loud, and all those different things, that people wouldn't enjoy that? See, one of the things and one of the benefits of living in the time that we live in is that women no longer have to be so demure. We live in a time where people say stuff like, get real. We live in a time where people appreciate the loud and the vocal and the characters of the world that are not so refined are appreciated today. There's room for everybody at the table. So why are you still presenting yourself in a manner that says there's only room for one type of woman? Why are you doing that? So, I believe in digging deep, y'all. You got to dig deep in your life. You got to dig in and understand why what's happening is happening. It's not enough that you realize it's happening. Not for me. I want to understand, where did that come from? Like, where did this thought come from? And as I dug into it, I went back to a high school idea. I was in high school, and the girls weren't getting along, and that idea was birthed at church in a discussion with the young ladies around why the young ladies at church weren't getting along. Now, here the adult thought they were doing something healthy, and here we are 40 years later. What I took away from that conversation was all of that. And I behave. And here's the reason why it's critical. Because I behave in that manner. When I'm introduced to new people, I am uncomfortable. I am standoffish. Now, I know that once you get to know me, you love me. I will say that, it take a minute for you to get to know me, but once you get to know me, you love me forever. I believe that. Because I'm a good person. I'm a good-hearted person. But I'm uncomfortable to get to know. I'm prickly to get to know. Even when pastoring years ago, people would say, I really want to get to know you. And I would say, I'm the type of person, I don't know if you really want to know me. I think you want to know me, but once you get close to me, like, I'm not the person you really, I carry that, and I live that, and I express that in my life. And you know what? It's not true. What are you expressing in your life that's not true? You could be expressing someone else's idea of you that's not true. And I'm going to tell you how it really shows up in your life more times than not. It can show up in your life in a manner also where people will have an idea of you that's no longer you. So think about family. You can go around your family and you might be Wild Willie. Every time your family members see you, you Wild Willie. Hey, Willie, you so wild, Willie. Come on, Willie, do the... And Willie might not be wild no more. Willie is married, sitting down, ain't thinking about being wild. But the family's idea of Willie being wild, they won't let you go. You might be niff, nah, no good, not of you. And when you go around family, you get the comments. Because most times people don't directly address those types of behaviors. What they do is they make these slick comments about you and their idea of you. That's what family does. And you know what you do? You perform to it. But that's not the true you. People will not receive or respect who you really are until you do. I'm going to let that rest on you. Because that was a heavy one for me. When I sat down and thought about, well, what's the problem? You don't respect the new you enough. because you revert back to their expectations and their truth for you. You respect their truth, their version of you, more than you respect your own truth and your own version of you. You don't have to change who you are, because what we do is we perform for family or friends in the way that they expect, and then we go away and live our truth over here. You don't have to do that. You can be exactly who you are in every circumstance. And when you show people that you accept you and you love you, they will too. When you show people that you respect who you are, they will as well. And if they don't, so what? Let them go over there and have a problem with it. It's okay to say I've grown. I'm no longer Wild Willie, and I'm no longer no good Nadia. I am angelic Angela, whoever I am. Child, I done did a little English lesson. Y'all hear them rhymes and rhythms coming together. Come on, sis. What I'm saying is, I done had a whole moment. Y'all, I tickled myself right there, and I did. What I'm saying is, live free in that. Don't live according to someone else's expectation of you. And you might have to take time and figure out realistically how to do it. Like, I'm saying that so easily, but it might not be an easy thing to do. If you know that going over to such and such house early gonna create the conversation about your childhood behavior, and you don't act like that anymore, don't go over there early. Go over there late. You have to be intentional and think about, how am I going to change this idea that exists of me? You might have to have a conversation. When you hear that little slick comment, you have to say, child, you still caught on the past. Honey, nobody act like that anymore. It might be a little bit deeper than that, because sometimes people have desires and expectations of you that are not of you. And this is what we have to understand, especially African American. I don't mean no harm to anybody else. You know, I love everybody. But as African Americans, we understand intimately that people will put you in chains for their benefit. And that's true for any racial, ethnic, socioeconomic background. People will bind you up so that they can benefit from it. Your husband wants you to perform like this particular kind of wife because it benefits him. He gets taken care of. Woo! Y'all, I feel the Holy Ghost. Woo! Did y'all feel that? I felt it. It's true. So you're at home performing like one way for the family. And then when you leave the house, and when I say Holy Ghost, I mean that for me. And then when you leave the house, you get to be free. Who don't have to be what he expects of me anymore. I don't have to be what she expects of me anymore for my fellas. Because women had that too. We want you to be a particular way. We stuck on you being, provider and fix everything. That is her. That's me, y'all. I feel like, I'm supposed to be able to say, that is leaking, and you just mystically figure it out. Though you have never been to plumber school a day in your life. I hadn't been to plumber school. I don't know how the water runs in the house. Why should you? But some kind of way I expect you to know. I mean, plumbing, that's man. It's plumbing. It's plumbing. But that's not a fair thing to think or assume. Right? That's a deeper conversation, because now that deals with your relationship and how a person experiences you and how they experience joy with you, because what may make them happy is to have that idea in their life. And what you're saying is that I can't provide that idea to you. You're saying I can't bring that to you. So what's the solution? So I'm in no way saying that I'm in no way saying that these are easy things to have, easy things to do. this is an easy thing to accomplish. What I am saying is that it is worth it to take time to figure it out, how to work it for you. It is worth it for you to be intentional in figuring out how to live, not according to other people's truth for you, but your own. All right, everybody, that is all I have today. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for me. I'm praying for us all. Take the day. Have a fantastic day. Get you a good laugh in today. Laugh, 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 laugh. I wish you the best. Enjoy your week.